Harambe.
Hey everybody, it's me, KY, and I'm with...
I'm Vinny. Hi, what's going on?
Welcome to Two on the Vine. I think this is the third live cast that we've ever done. We're aiming to do it every 5th episode, so you know when to expect them. Yeah.
Yeah, if you like expecting things, then this is a good thing for you.
Yeah, your life will be safe, predictable. You won't have to worry anymore about what could possibly come next. You'll be in good hands. No worries. Fitter, happier,
stronger. So no Minions today. Spoiler alert, Minion movie is something that KY and I are going to do. We're going to have to watch it and do a commentary on it. And you have our word. We're going to do this. And
yeah.
It's going to be bad, but it's not today. We're going to instead do a legit episode, and we're going to be interacting with the audience a bit. We're live on both my channel and KY's channel.
Whoa. That's intense. Two channels simultaneously touching butts.
Simulcasting around the world. From Texas to New York. Touching butts.
Yep. Yeah, I have the two chats side by side, seeing which one could possibly move faster and spam more emotes.
I guess we'll find out.
Yep.
Don't do it.
No.
Don't do it.
I'm banning everyone who posts an emote. Sorry, I should have said that earlier. Shit. Well,
you played yourself.
I guess that's it for
Anyway.
the live cast. Everyone's banned. Video games.
Well, before we video games, his KY's chat is Live by FOMA, twitch.tv/Live by FOMA. So both of these chats I'll be scouring for good information.
Yeah, and on my end, Vinny's chat is twitch.tv/Vinesauce.
Yeah, but they know that though. I mean, you know, it's not fair.
Life isn't fair, Vinny. Okay.
Nothing's fair. Go Live by FOMA. His chat's better. Go there.
You can go wherever you want, guys. I don't care. I'm reading both chats.
Enjoy your life.
Yeah. So, what do you want to do? Do you want to tell me a little bit about what's been going on? What's new?
Well, a lot of stuff is new, KY. For one, I have to tell you a secret.
Oh yeah.
It's that I've developed a balloon fetish. I've been playing Metal Gear Solid 4 for the first time.
Oh.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
And it's been very good. And I know you're a big fan of the Metal Gear series. So I figured we could lead off talking for a minute about that game. I'm not finished. I'm still streaming it. I'm about 8 hours in.
Okay.
How do you feel about that game
on
the whole?
Before I continue, what act are you in?
I just started Act 3.
Okay. Just to gauge what I should and shouldn't talk about, because...
Well, no specifics, but where would you place that game in the pantheon of Metal Gear? Like, when you say, okay, what's the best of the series? What's the worst of the series? Where does Metal Gear Solid 4 fit?
I might get some shit for this, but pretty close to the bottom, unfortunately, to be totally honest with you.
Did you feel that way when it first came out?
Yes. Although, yes. I mean, but don't get me wrong, it's a good game. And, you know, even the worst Metal Gear games are still better than a lot of the shite that's out there in the world right now. It's just, as far as Metal Gear goes, it did so many things wrong, which is a bummer.
Really?
But it also did a lot of things right. So, man, it's hard to talk about, especially with where you are in the game, because I think the big turning point for me is Act 3. And again, you can stop me if you feel I'm gonna like bias the rest of your experience. But if
no, don't. It's fine.
Yeah, if the game continued on the pace that Act 1 and 2 set, then it would easily be one of the best games in the series, I believe. I think Act 1 and 2 are stellar, and from that point is the turning point, and it just takes a nosedive for me. But
Okay.
how do you feel about it so
temper
far?
my expectations. Well, I don't have a full experience to go on, but I can tell you that my series experience has been, I'm a latecomer to the big boss part of the series. For example, Metal Gear Solid 3 last year, into Peace Walker, into 5. So I got like a very, condensed, very quick big boss series. And all 3 of those games were great, and I loved them. and it's been so long since I played a Solid Snake. So, and I haven't even played Metal Gear Solid 2 since it first came out. So, you know, getting back into this world of the craziness that is the Solid Snake plot lines in Metal Gear. It's been fun. It's been a wild ride so far, and I'm really enjoying it. It's kind of got a sad feel to it overall with Snake's termination date and all that.
Yeah.
You know, he's old Snake. No spoilers there. But I can say that the gameplay is pretty good. I'm really digging it, and I'm happy that in some ways this is my last Metal Gear game that I'm playing, because I know it's the end of the story chronologically, aside from Revengeance, which I'll also play at some point.
Oh yeah, so Revengeance
it's good so far.
It's surprisingly solid. I would definitely recommend it at some point. I think 4.
Oh yeah.
The big thing with 4, besides being the end of Solid Snake's story, the best thing is that it really it kind of introduces a lot of the gameplay elements that make Peace Walker.
Okay, well, I cut out.
Oh, I did. What?
Yeah, well, you cut out on my end for a brief moment, so
okay.
If there's a cutout, guys, it's because we're being censored by the.
And we are on Discord. Just saying.
By the Patriots.
Before you tell us about the Lale Lule Lo of Skype, you know,
we're on Discord. Yeah.
Yes. But it kind of set the groundwork for what made Peace Walker, and Metal Gear Solid 5 so good. Yeah, it set a lot of those, the kind of free roamy type. Well, not really free roamy.
But like the weapon buy system,
yeah,
you know, like the amount of freedom that you have to approach situations. Yeah, it's a great game. I mean, I'm really enjoying the fuck out of it. So
yeah,
so that's what I've been playing.
After that, at some point, if you're ever into playing, do you ever go back and play new, like, retro games that are new to you, or do you stick with just the retro games that you know? Like, when was the last time you tried a retro game that you've never played before?
There was a few times, but I will be doing Earthbound at the end of the year.
Oh, sweet.
So that's one I've never played.
Well,
and from time to time, I attack, like, you know, SNES games I might have never played. I might not finish them, but I try them, you know.
Well, I definitely recommend you put Metal Gear 2 on your list. You can get it.
The MSX version.
Yes, exactly. Not Snake's Revenge. No, but Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake, which you can get. Wait, actually, if you have the HD collection with Metal Gear Solid, Peace Walker 3 and 2, the HD ones, if you boot up 3, you boot up 3, you go to extras, and then you can play Metal Gear 2 right there, and it's like a flawless port. So
cool, good to know. Thank you.
So definitely at some point play that, because it's great. It was way ahead of its time. Metal Gear Solid 1 is pretty much a remake of Metal Gear 2, as I've talked about before. It's just such a crazy good game for its time, so I recommend it.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, dude. I take your suggestions from time to time, and also Grow Home was a good suggestion. I completed that from last time we spoke, and that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So I can see why you're excited for the sequel.
Yeah,
I can't wait. But I'm wondering, are there going to be more phallic, you know, like plant growing imagery? I just want to know, like, how are we getting home this time? Penis spaceships?
Well, where on the webpage for Grow Up, which is the name of the sequel, I don't know if it was the webpage of that or it was their Twitter account or something, but they mentioned about growing the vines from the star plant, and in parentheses said, "Yes, we know what they look like." So they must get a lot of feedback from people about, you know, the phallic tendencies of that game. But
wow, even the developers acknowledged it. That's good shit. Yeah. Speaking of the developers acknowledging things, let's just very quickly barrel through a Pokemon Go topic. Okay. Very quickly. I don't want to spend too much time on it because it's been talked about to death. But here's some updates. The Niantic team has hired a community manager, which is like blowing people's minds because that team was notorious for poor communication and not listening. So it seems like they are, you know, working on things and working on communication, trying to fix some of the things. I think the game is at this point lost a lot of its appeal for me, as I kind of expected. How did you? How was your Pokemon Go experience?
I bounced off of it pretty quick too. Carrie's really into it still. But what'd you say?
How long would you say it got your attention? held your attention?
I got to level 5, which is like the bare minimum you need to do a gym battle. So, very, very little.
Okay.
I can see the appeal, but it's just, I don't know. If it was more of a game, I'd be more interested in it. You know?
Well, I got to level 14, so I played a bit, but I also, at a certain point after like a week and a half, instead of going out to play the game, I just played the game when I was out anyway.
Right.
And, you know, if I'm in the city, I still, like, if I'm just walking around, sure, I'll pull out the game and play a little bit. If I'm at a beach or a park, you know, like I tend to, if I'm in an area where I can walk around, I'll maybe pull out the game and play. And that's enjoyable for me. But I'm no longer playing the game and then forming my day around that. And I did that for a little bit because I thought it was a very interesting and novel idea. The tracking system is fucked. There's a lot of problems with the game that they're not addressing. The founder does not like the tracking system. There's no battling. Trading is yet to be implemented. So there's not a whole lot to do other than expand your collection.
Right.
And there's something kind of fun about that. Like maybe in the same way collecting Pokemon cards was fun back in 1998. But I'm kind of losing the interest in it. And I understand why you quit so soon. I get it.
Yeah. And I don't know. It's cool in that if you live in the right location, you can. It drives some people to go to places that they wouldn't have explored and gone to otherwise, and you know, lots of cool stories emerge, like fun little narratives. Like we saved the kitten's life because of Pokemon's Go. Did I tell you about that?
No.
Yeah, we were.
Tell me about that.
We were out playing Pokemon Go, and well, I mean, I guess that's where that's where Pokemon Go bows out of the story. But we were playing Pokemon Go, and we found a kitten that was like just around our apartment complex, just clearly very sick, very malnourished. Like must have had some kind of respiratory problem because it was just it was clearly very fucked. If we had left it,
very fucked.
Yeah, I would have. I do not think it would have lived for long. So, you know, we got some food and some water, eventually got into a little box, took it to an animal hospital, and they took over from there. It was like, yeah, man, we saved the kitten's life today because of Pokemon Go. So
I think that's the best result that's come out of this game.
Yeah.
Aside from maybe a kid falling in the river because he wasn't looking.
That's pretty good.
Your story is slightly more heartwarming than that.
Slightly. Only slightly.
Well, that's cool. And this game has led to, I'm sure, a lot of interesting interactions that may have not happened already, or maybe would have never happened. But I can say this is only the start of games like this, and I think that we're still very early in this kind of concept. So maybe in the future, this game will get some, you know, updates that'll make it more interesting, or there will be games that will be similar, but with way more content. So expect in the future, KY, my prediction is we're going to see a lot more people on their cell phones bumping into walls while playing their game, that they have to be in a certain area to play the game in.
Now,
so
do you feel that as developers, they are, like as game designers, they are taking enough responsibility for the dangers of their own game? Because I saw just a minor argument on Twitter the other day saying that they're very irresponsible, and that the latest update kind of pushes it in that direction because they took away the battery saving mode for iOS, so you can't put your phone by your side any longer and save battery and wait for it buzz. Now it encourages people to just always have it up in front of them. Do you think the messages they provide at the beginning of the game are enough? Do you think it's more responsibility of the gamer? How do you feel?
I think it's up to the gamer, and I think natural selection is a hell of a thing. And I feel that Niantic has updated the game to have a little message: "Do not play while driving," which is like, huh? Do we need a message like that?
Yeah.
But there is a message that, and it says, "Do not play while driving." So you know, they've absolved themselves of the responsibility. That battery saver mode on Android did not work for me at all, by the way.
Really?
Whenever I went back into the game, I couldn't manipulate the camera, and it would freeze. So maybe they're updating it and fixing it. But whatever the case, I think that people walking around and getting themselves into trouble, I can't really say it's Niantic's fault or Nintendo's fault. I really can't. I just don't think it is.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, it was just interesting. I thought it was a cool topic that I saw being discussed in regards to this person saying that they didn't feel the messages were enough, that they should take more, design responsibility. And then me, I'm like, well, what else could they do? It's not like they can rebuild the streets or, limit certain areas.
Well, it's like this. When cars were first brought into existence, and people are driving around in death machines, say. I don't know why they're gangsters from the 20s, but
yeah, say, giant hunks of metal going through the streets.
Giant, they're like elephants made of metal. And I feel like those kinds of things, like, yeah, you're putting a giant fucking hulking machine of death in people's hands, and some people barely pass their driver's ed test. Some people get too old to really drive efficiently, and I've seen so many accidents. There was about 6 months ago, someone crashed into a building a few blocks away from me, and it was a really nasty crash, and it was an old person who was not able to drive properly, but there's no extra tests for that. Like, there's no, like, are you too old to drive test.
Yeah.
And it's something that I think, you should have to, after a certain age, maybe take a test. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is there are many things that can hurt people in this world. And as time goes by, games like this are going to just be a part of our everyday existence. And it's going to be more people's responsibility as opposed to the object's responsibility. When there's a car accident and they happen every day, people aren't petitioning to get rid of the cars because they're just so, they're in our lives. They're part of everyday life. And so we'll be catching Pikachus virtually.
Forever.
So
until the Minions Go spinoff comes out, and then we can catch Minions forever.
You shut up.
It'd be like Pocket Mortys, which, as much as I love Rick and Morty, I kind of thought that game was pretty dull, unfortunately.
It was dull. You are correct.
Yeah, but it'd be like that, but with Minions.
Well, okay, hang on a second. Let's in all honesty bring it back to Pokemon, not Go, but how are you feeling about new Pokemon's Sun and Moons?
S&M.
Yeah.
I feel very about it, like it's just another Pokemon game. To me, it doesn't seem too incredibly remarkable compared to any other Pokemon game. They're not doing anything much different.
Okay, why?
What?
There's an execute. That's a tree.
Yeah, I saw the stupid tree. But what about the starter? Let's just have the starter talk. Which starter are you gonna choose?
I think I backed myself into a corner of choosing Popolio or Popolio because he's a water clown.
Sclopio Pipio. That's his name.
Sclopio is my starter, yeah, because he's a water clown, and I have a thing with clowns apparently. So.
Yeah, I was very turned off from Litten until the name Litten came out, and then I was like, yep, it's got to be Litten because that name is so fucking good. That's like the best name since Squirtle. Let's face it.
It's okay. It's not. I'm not crazy about it.
It's just the design. It's terrible.
The design's a little bit lame. Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the other one? Who was it? Forgettable.
Shit. Alzheimer's. What's his name?
Alka-Seltzer?
Alka-Seltzers. What? No, I can't remember. I remember Sclopio and Litten.
A Rowlet. It's a Rowlet.
Oh, yeah.
He's a round owl.
Rowlet.
Most people seem to like Rowlet, I think. But I can't wait for it to evolve into a fucking anthropomorphic owl man with fists. It's going to be fists and flying type, and it's going to make no sense.
Now, my chat's pointing out that they did get rid of HMs, which if you heard our scathing criticism about Pokemon in the past, that was like my number one thing was they have to get rid of HMs, and apparently they did. So that's a big plus.
They listened.
They did listen.
To our podcast.
They did. Bob Nintendo listened to us, and I'm very pleased.
Bob?
Are you Bob?
He actually listens. All right, listen. If your name is Bob Nintendo and you're listening, can you do me a favor and can you make the sequel to Red Dead Redemption? Because I've been waiting for that for a long time, and I was hoping Bob Nintendo could get that made.
You see, I heard they are, and it's going to be called Red Dead Federation Squad.
Get out. This is twice now, KY. One more strike. If you put minions and Federation Force into the same sentence, then we're done.
Well, you just did that for me, so my job here is done.
Fuck. All right, well, thanks for listening to Two on the Vine, everyone. We've officially reached meme overload.
I thought you were going to say
right.
we re-shmemed it. I was like, what the fuck does that mean? Or we're re-shmeeming
it.
it.
Shamble of a podcast. All right, let me bring us back down to earth, though. HMs were removed. That's good. There's some Alola versions of Pokemons, but you generally feel like it's going to be the same Pokemons, but in a different region with some new Pokemons, correct?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, how could you expect anything different, really?
But do you like the formula? Do you like...
Yeah, but the formula is 20 years old, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm good. I'm good with that formula. I would like a little bit more change, but that's just me. I've never got huge into Pokemon anyway, and if you're a diehard Pokemon fan, I'm sure that it's going to be everything you want and more. So I can't blame him.
Sure. But at the same time, I have to ask one more burning question. Did you play X or Y?
Yes, I played Y.
Did it float your boat a little bit? Not really?
Yeah, it did. But again, it still had all the same problems that Pokemon has had for like a decade, and I still stopped after like the third badge or so, and just like, okay, I get it, and just had other shit to play that was new and original. I don't know.
You know what? You're well within your rights to say that, and I actually don't disagree. I hadn't played a Pokemon game since Red, so X and Y felt pretty good to me. But if I had stuck with the series all the way through, I'd probably have a very similar fatigue. Mm-hmm. So, I hear you, man.
Yeah.
What else have you been playing?
Let me think. I streamed Inside, which, as of the last podcast, which is the E3 episode, I was like, I never heard of that. And then I went and streamed it. And that was very good. Did you play Limbo?
I've watched Limbo, but I never played it.
Okay. Inside is very similar to Limbo, but improves on everything that Limbo did well, and goes with kind of more of a sci-fi type theming instead of like a sci-fi, not really paranormal, but I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for, like a pulp sci-fi like type thing, instead of Limbo's kind of hellish, weird landscape, you know. It's more like industrial settings, more weird creatures, weird unexplainable things, people hunting you down. The visuals are a million times better. And Limbo looked pretty decent, but the game design's a lot better. It just plays smoother. It's just Limbo, except better. It really is. And
okay,
I really liked it a lot. It's good.
That's cool. That's a bold statement that it's that it looks better than Limbo. Limbo was very nice to look at.
It was pretty good, especially for its time. It was very polished, and then they've been working on Inside pretty much ever since then. It's not a huge game. It's just like Limbo wasn't a huge game. I'd say Inside is maybe an hour longer. Limbo is maybe 3 hours long, so it's not long. But they've been spending the last 4 or so years working on this and just polishing it, and the amount of polish is really great. Just the animations are great. Everything just works so well. All the different parts just move in perfect harmony. It's a great game.
It just works.
Yeah. It just works.
Sorry I had to invoke the Howard into this.
It's fine.
Okay, so that's cool. That's something you're enjoying. Have you played any interesting games other than that recently, or
there's one other one that I want to mention called Severed. That I've talked about in the podcast back on episode like 5 or so. It was must have been PAX 2014 or 2015 that I talked about it. But Severed was a Vita exclusive, just came out on iOS and will be out on Wii U and 3DS by the end of the summer, apparently. It's made by the people who made Guacamelee.
That game I've heard a lot of great things about.
Yes. It's pretty much the core mechanics of Fruit Ninja mixed with an old school Zelda-like dungeon crawl. So you're on a grid, like a Zelda-like dungeon where it's just a grid of rooms that are all connected together with keys and puzzles and enemies. And then the battle system, similar, I guess, to Skyward Sword in a way, but it actually works for what you're doing. It's actually in depth. There's a lot of things to learn, a lot of different abilities. The art style is excellent. You just you fight these enemies, you cut off their limbs, and you use their limbs to upgrade your abilities. So it rewards like dexterity and precision, and it's just very good.
Cool. I was looking at pictures of it while you're talking, and I can see the guacamole in there.
Yeah.
Like the art style is really, really cool. And I see what you're saying about the Fruit Ninja. It kind of reminds me, the Fruit Ninja, KY.
The Fruit Ninja.
The Fruit Ninja.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me a little bit of like Legend of Grimrock, or like one of those where you have to go into the first person mode, you know, for a battle, and like you choose where you want to slash, you know, stuff like that. Grimrock was not as in depth and not as like, it wasn't as focused on where you attacked. Yeah. But you know what I'm saying, though. It's kind of cool.
It is.
All right, that's awesome.
And that game, it lasted me quite a while. I just played it pretty much nonstop for 3 or 4 days until I beat it, and I can't recommend it. Can't recommend it enough.
It's almost a new word.
Yeah, can recommend it enough. It's gonna come out on 3DS and Wii U, so when it comes out on those, I'd probably recommend it on one of those. But it works great on iOS.
3DS.
Yeah, that's what I would get on if I were you,
3DS.
because you have an Android, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's called Severed.
So. Cool.
And I think that's about it. There's a couple of other little things I've been playing, but nothing incredibly interesting. What about you?
I have a few that I'll go through really quick. I played Shantae for the 3DS. I think it was the Pirate's Curse.
Interesting.
And I got through like half of that. I got to finish it. Pretty good. It's a Metroidvania, and it's you know, you're a genie and you dance and you use your hair. You whip your hair back and forth to attack enemies, and for those that have no idea what I'm talking about, that's got to sound like the most fucking bizarre concept ever. But it's pretty good. And then Waluigi makes a cameo appearance because he is also a genie. He doesn't make a cameo appearance. I wish he would. I wish he would just come clean and say that he's a genie and he's going to grant wishes, but he's not, and it's really upsetting me. Other than that, We Happy Few I streamed.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, man, that game had a lot of hype.
No good.
Speaking of hype, we'll talk more about that in a little bit. Hype. But before we do that, I want to talk about We Happy Few being... It was released as like a kind of a beta, so it's not complete, and it's a little bit less than I thought it was. People were expecting BioShock, and they got some degree of randomness and doing menial objectives and tasks for people that are fucked off their asses on clown makeup. And that's that was it, and a lot of glitches.
Well, I thought you really loved the whole British 60s psychedelic thing. I thought that was your jam. Did you not? No,
it is. It's still cool. It's a cool game. The retro futurism, if you know, not really even retro future. Well, just the look into the 60s was kind of cool, and there's some definitely cool aspects to the game. It really gameplay wise was very. It wasn't as much as I thought it would be, and also very glitchy. Terribly charismatic ducks were all over the fucking place. It's a long story.
Is it in early access still?
It is.
Okay. Yeah. I'll check it out once
it's
it's out.
There's more to be revealed.
Yeah.
There's more to be revealed, but it's just not what I thought it was. That said, I actually legitimately did have some fun, and I felt like there was potential, and I think the developers are working hard to fix a lot of the problems and add more content, and when they do, I think that could be a cool game. So I would say keep an eye open for it. Maybe wait for it to be finished. But if you're expecting like BioShock, you're not going to get that. So that's We Happy Few. Pretty good. Needs work.
By the way, Bob Nintendo popped into my chat. He's real. He is listening.
No shit.
Yep. The Bob Nintendo himself. I see him. He was talking about
Bob.
Indie games and ducks. He's there.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm gonna mod him.
Hey.
Mod.
All right, do it.
Bob. Don't ban anyone, Bob
That's
Nintendo.
The worst idea.
I know they deserve
idea.
it, but okay. All right, so that's done. He's a mod now. Everything's right with the universe. So you want to
now we watching the entirety of
Let's watch Minions.
Get banned.
No. Oh, I thought you were gonna say let's watch the entirety of that Minions movie. I was like,
No,
that's a
no,
great.
that's next time.
Who like? It's such a bad idea. I'm shocked that you came up with it. It was you.
No, yeah, it was me that came up.
Yep.
I need to mentally prepare myself for that, KY. I can't go in. I can't go in raw on that one. Listen, aside from those games, I wanted to mention one more. Well, there's a few things I wanted to mention that I haven't played yet. For example, did you know that I think it's today? Actually, it's the 30th anniversary of Metroid.
What? Today? Really?
Yeah.
How?
Let me find out real quick.
And to think they're going to grace us with what's going to be the best Metroid game ever soon. That's
actually, hang on a second. August 6th, 1986, the game came out in Japan.
So
and I don't know when it came out in America.
Well, is it the 6th in Japan already?
I think it might. I don't know. People were celebrating the release today, so.
Oh man, that's pretty exciting.
August. Yeah, it just says August 1987 for Nintendo in the US. But so anyway, it's pretty exciting. Unfortunately, yeah, we're getting a very not Metroid-y type game for the anniversary. However, have you heard about the Metroid 2 remake project, KY?
Yes. Yes, I have.
That comes out in a few days.
Really? I didn't realize it was that close to being done. That's like, to me, that's levels of Mother 4 fan game status. So.
Me too.
Wow. Well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Are you gonna stream it, I assume?
Oh yeah, yeah. That to me is as exciting as anything in terms of Metroid. It's pretty much exactly what I wanted. And considering it's a Metroid 2 remake, and it's still so different from Metroid 2 because you're getting the loose outline of Metroid 2, but you're getting a lot of Super Metroid abilities.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting new mini bosses. You're getting extended areas. In the same way Zero Mission almost felt like a new game, I feel like this one's gonna feel like a new game, and I'm really excited for it.
Nice.
So,
Yeah.
See, Samus is getting her due.
She is.
Somewhat.
Just not by.
Fans have to do it.
Yeah, not from Nintendo, unfortunately, but for someone is giving her a due. Someone in my chat, or a lot of people in my chat, have been asking, and in your chat, what do we feel about No Man's Sky? Will you be playing it when it comes out in a week or two or whenever?
Well, before I answer anything, I wanted to get your thoughts on. Remember when I said we'll talk about hype in a little bit?
Oh yeah, is that it?
That was exactly this. Yeah, I wanted to ask you, what are you thinking about No Man's Sky?
It looks really good. Well, I mean, like visually, it looks really good. The gameplay, it's really hard to tell, to be honest with you. I think that a large portion of the buzz and the sales it's already made, it's already gone gold or something, is hype. I think it's gonna be fun. It's cool that you can take right off from the planet seamlessly, go to another planet. From what I've seen, it looks a little empty. It's really hard to judge, but my knee-jerk reaction is I'm not going to care for it too much. It's gonna be like Terraria or Starbound or any of those other like resource collection, planet mining type games where I just kind of like get bored of the repetition after a while. It's hard to tell. I don't think it's gonna be trash, but I don't think it's gonna be anything stellar. You know.
I'm with you on that. You know, it kind of comes down to this. I'm not even going to talk about the review embargoes. I'm not going to talk about people's videos getting taken down from YouTube because they showed a little bit of a leak. You know, Sony's been going pretty hard on that. You know, there's some secrecy that feels weird about this game, and that's in its own category of weird. But what I've been worried about from the start with No Man's Sky was that its ambition would outreach its gameplay.
Yeah.
And I think Starbound, for example, finally 3 years later, now feels like a pretty full game. You know, there's a lot of they updated it, and it feels like there's more things to do.
Yeah.
And it feels more like there's quests and stuff. When it first came out, it was empty, and it was just not like, what do you do? Build a house, that's what you do. But yeah, this game seems like it's going to be cool. The concept is going to be cool. It looks beautiful. people are hyping this thing so much, and the team does not have a whole lot of credentials. Did you know about that?
Yeah.
It's like they've only made a few things. Like they've never made anything nearly as ambitious. So I mean, it's a pretty huge, game for a untested or minimally tested developer. So I'm worried about it. I don't think it's going to be as amazing as people are making it out to be. That said, I think people are going to get lost in the world, and it's going to be fun to explore. But I'm just not sure, like you said, KY, I'm not really sure about the gameplay and how much attention it can hold.
Well, so. You need to be careful, too, because some people come out with hits as their first game. I mean, look at Miyamoto, who his first game, A Link to the Past, was a huge hit. And even Bill Gates' Halo was revolutionary, and he'd never made a game before. So you need to shut your damn mouth, because you never know what these fine lads are cooking.
No, you're right. I'm sorry. I like also Reggie's game, Metroid Prime Federation Force, which is actually about who is Britney Spears' old husband? Federer?
Kid Rock?
Roger Federer?
Oh, shit.
Wait, that's a tennis player. That has nothing to do with Britney Spears. What we don't know is that Federation Force is actually about Roger Federer, the professional tennis player. Sorry, bizarre line of thought. It doesn't make sense. Let's move on. Let's pretend it never happened. Cut it from the podcast, KY. Okay.
I'll let it out. Sure. Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
But I agree. Yeah, I don't see that as a strike against them, but you're right. It's not like from a tried and true studio. It's not like the people who made, the SteamWorld games who just killed it twice in a row in two totally different genres. It's their first major ambitious game, so it might be great, it might be bad from that regard. Could go either way. I don't think it's fair to judge it that way. But
I wouldn't judge it solely on them, but I will say that it is such a huge project for a relatively untested studio. So what I'm trying to say is I'm also a little bit jaded. I'm an old fuck. So my hype levels are down.
Yeah.
Well, Nintendo can do no wrong in the eyes of God and myself.
No.
But the problem with that is Federation Force looks like a hot turd on a monkey's afternoon, but that's okay.
Let's give it a little credit. It looks better than it did when they unveiled it. It looks marginally better. It does.
I'll still play it. I just,
Yeah. No, I think with No Man's Sky, I'm not going to buy it right away. If the reviews live up to the hype, which I don't think they will, but let's just say they did. Let's say it just gets unanimously huge scores. There's just an intense, immaculate game underneath the surface. I'll probably pick it up. Otherwise, if the reviews are just good, like they're just saying it's good, or even if it's bad, I still kind of want to check it out. I'll probably, GameFly it or something.
Sure.
Or just to try it. But I don't think I'm going to buy it immediately. I haven't pre-ordered it. I don't pre-order a lot these days unless there's a really good reason to do so. I don't even kickstart unless it's something that has a chance of failing. Like when I look at things like Bloodstained, that looks like an excellent game, and I'm certainly going to get it when it comes out. I have no reason to kickstart it because it's already far exceeded its goal. It's going to get made anyway, so why would I pre-order it so far in advance when it could turn out to be, a pile of shitting dick nipples? There's just no point.
Yes.
So
Agreed.
I don't really pre-order. I don't really kickstart something unless it's something that has the chance to not exist without my pledge, So I'll wait. I'm gonna wait, see what the reception is outside of 4chan.
Yeah.
And we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, we need some. You know what it is? Like you said, we need unbiased, amalgamation of thoughts on the game. That's the only way I'm actually ever convinced. I don't go to one specific site. I don't listen to one specific person. I kind of compile. That's why sites like Metacritic have made it easier to spend money on games, because I don't want to find, I don't want to be told that a game is amazing or the second coming of Christ from one website or one person or one group of jaded gamers. I need a whole shitload of groups of jaded gamers. And then if they're telling me No Man's Sky is actually pretty goddamn cool, Yeah. However, it might be in some ways. I like space. I like space a lot, actually. So I mean, and also I'm a streamer, so it might be my duty to check it out anyway. And even if it sucks, maybe just kind of give it a quick review. Just because it's something that I think would be beneficial to people that are watching. They want me to like check it out for them. I could probably do that. However, I'd be lying if I said I was thinking about this game a lot or excited to the point where I'm having trouble sleeping at night. I need some proof that it's not going to blow a donkey dick, and I don't think it will blow a donkey dick. But in the same way Pokemon Go came out, the hype level was swelling to this like massive level of like hype tornado. And then now people are just like, Niantic is Hitler. Also, I'm done with the game now because I can't fucking catch Pokemon because they run away. You know, and it's like, well, the interest has kind of died down quite a bit. I'm wondering how long this kind of game will keep one's attention. And then Pokemon Go is a free game. This is $60. So one must vote with their wallet on whether or not they make projects like this hugely successful.
Yeah.
So that's my thoughts on that.
Yeah, so I'll check it out at some point, I'm sure. I'll wait for it to go up Humble Bundle for $2, and even still I'm going to pay too much for it. Piece of shit.
$2, bro.
Yeah, $2. I guess that's about it. Did you want to do topics? Or Greenlight guess? Or
let's start
Q&A?
with topics, and then we'll go on to Greenlight.
So what's this week's topic, Vin?
Well, I want to start with the topic, and I want to get your thoughts on this, and then you can share your thoughts.
Okay.
Did you know that the world's first head transplant is set to take place in Russia next year?
No, I didn't.
Now you do.
And now I know. Wow. I think that's a good milestone. That's a good indication that we finally have arrived into the future. Like if you asked me when I was a kid, hey, what point do you think we'll be in the future? Head transplant is up there. The year that we do the first successful head transplant, we're living in the fucking future, if you ask me. Wow. Wait, so I guess
human head transplant.
Brain, does the brain part of that? Or are they taking the brain? Wait, I just can't even wrap my head around this.
Well, let's talk about it, and then I want to hear your thoughts on this because this is something that blew my fucking mind. So there's a dude suffering from Wernig-Hoffman disease, and his health is declining, and he agreed that he would give this experimental surgery a shot. And what they do is it takes about 36 hours of 150 doctors, and they take the head off of the sick guy, and they put it on the body of someone else. I don't know what happened to that dude's head, but you know, we'll figure that out. And yeah, what happened was in 1970, this procedure was performed on a monkey, and it lived for 8 days, but the body rejected the new head, and the monkey was left unable to breathe. And unable to move because the spinal cord of the head and body were not connected properly.
Oh my god. How long ago was that, though?
1970.
So
we've come a long way.
I mean, shit, we hadn't even invented airplanes yet. With the way that technology proceeds, I think with the rate at which technology has expanded since the 70s, that is like 100-fold. We're 100-fold more experienced and have 100-fold more abilities, you know.
Yes. Now, that said, I haven't told you the worst part about this.
Oh, God.
So there is the president-elect of the American Association for Neurological Surgeons has said, I would not wish this on anyone. I would not allow anyone to do it to me, as there are things that are a lot worse than death. Here's why. The problem is when you fuse a head with a separate body, it could result in never before experienced levels of insanity. Here's why. It says he believes that the body of the head transplant patients would end up being overwhelmed with different pathways in chemistry that they are not used to, and they'd go insane. And it would be like the maddest anyone has ever been. Like, you'd be totally just absolutely like insane from this, and your body and your head would not properly fit, and it would be the worst thing. And according to this dude, worse than death. So this is some light conversation for the podcast. How are you feeling about that, KY?
Oh my god. Oh my god. I just how did he describe the insanity? Like, what is he able to describe the mental state, like exactly what that person goes through? Because that's a very very general diagnosis there. The guy goes more insane than anyone's ever been insane. It's bad.
It says hitherto never experienced level of and quality of insanity.
That's like it. Again, that it's like something like a fourth grader playing neurosurgeon would say. So we're gonna put his head on that guy's head, and then he's gonna go crazy, like crazier than anyone's ever been crazy before, like super crazy. Like that's what that sounds like to me. Wow. I am seriously at a loss for words. That's just insane. So this is actually happening, or is this? Have you checked Snopes about this?
No, it's if you type head transplant in Google, for example, you'll see a ton of articles, and there's the dude's name, Valery Spiridonov. He's a computer scientist from Russia. He wants to undergo this procedure, but I mean, there are people saying don't do it, don't do it. It could be horrible, but he wants to do it because I mean he's in a wheelchair and his quality of life is very poor. This might improve the quality of his life, or it could make him like into a Lovecraft protagonist. But I'm wondering, like, what I wonder is there a kill switch?
Yeah, like I'm sure that if he starts to exhibit, well, I don't know, because at that point he's not even himself anymore, so they might as well leave him alive to observe him for future head transplants.
But dude, that's unethical.
It is. But at that point, do they say let's kill him because his quality of life is beyond poor, or do we keep him alive because since his quality of life is beyond poor, he's no longer even alive by scientific standards? We might as well keep him alive and to learn what.
I think it's going to be like this. They'll give it a shot, right? It's going to happen regardless next year in Russia. It hasn't happened yet. It says December 2017, and I think this whole thing is just going to be an attempt to improve this guy's life. Now, if he gets onto this body and he can't stand, or there's some kind of like improper connection, and he's like, oh, I'm starting to feel a little insane, maybe what are they going to do? They're going to leave the dude alive for experiments? Like, that's some like fucking...
I'm feeling like, a little insane.
I feel a little insane. And also, like, when I think of like big bad government agencies and movies that do experiments on people against their will, I think of something like this. So, I mean, I'm thinking maybe there's a kill switch. That's all I'm saying. I'm not going to take the concept any further.
How are you feeling this morning? What's his name?
Valerie.
Valerie. How are you feeling this morning, Valerie? Just a little bit under the weather. I'm feeling a little insane, but could be worse. Now, question for you. If you yourself were diagnosed with Werner Herzog syndrome, or whatever it was called, would you get a head transplant? Would you let's say this was the only way you could possibly live a decent life with a decent chance of insanity or just flat out death, but without it you're just going to live like the worst life anyway. Would you consider this?
God, no, I don't think I could consider it, because if a doctor was like, listen, and like it was like a 5-year-old dressed up in a doctor outfit, and like he had like a painted on beard, and he had like big thick glasses that don't fit his face. He's like, okay, listen, you go more insane than anyone ever been in ever. And I would just listen to that doctor and I'd say, listen, I can't do this. It's too fucking weird, man.
What I'll leave this off at is that if this topic interests you, you should play Inside. It all comes back to video games. But the whole thing, this thing is actually going to happen next month, is very close to some of the things explored in Inside, believe it or not. And you should consider that at some point, just to kind of bring it back around.
One other thing, too. You got your head on another dude's body. The transplant works.
Yep.
you go for a wank.
Okay.
Whose dick are you wanking?
Yours. It become well. It's hard to say. I guess you're technically wanking someone else's, but didn't it become yours once your head's on there.
Yeah, I mean it's not. Well, and also the skin on the hands is from the body, so I guess it's fine.
Yeah, it's really you're not wanking anything. It's just your head is on top of another guy who's wanking himself. So
right.
You're not wanking.
You're just giving the command.
Yeah.
It's like if I told you, like if I'm standing, if I put you in a VR world, KY, and I'm like giving orders to you, I'm like wank. Wank.
You would be the commander Adam to my other M. Samus, giving me the command, the go-ahead to perform the deeds that need to be done.
Would you say they're dirty deeds? Done dirt cheap?
Done to sheep. Yeah. Wow.
Next topic.
Did you have any other topics you wanted to discuss this week, or should we move on?
You want to open it to the chat? Get one more interesting topic from the chat?
Yeah, let's open the chat. We'll do a double topic this week. What's the other one we're going to do for topics?
So chat, if you have a good, interesting topic unrelated to video games, just let me know. We'll find one. If you see a good one, KY, just choose that.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Filthy acts done at a reasonable price. Everyone's typing
Mars mission, Rio Olympics. I think the Olympics are the most boring thing in the world. Do you care for the Olympics?
I think it's very boring, but those fucking Olympics are going to end up with people with botulism.
Yeah, they're going to perform a head transplant. That? No, what?
There's like the water is going to get people sick.
There's
security issues.
I did.
Things are going wrong.
Like they lost the keys to the what do you call it? The Coliseum. I keep wanting to say Coliseum. It's not right, but they lost the keys. They had to like get the police over to unlock the fucking doors. Imagine being that guy. You know, the one guy who had the keys, or the fact that they didn't have any extras. But
they had to break into their own. Wait a minute, Coliseum.
Yeah.
I like that. It's 2016. We're still using Coliseums to play the Olympic Games.
Yeah, it's going to be a shit show. That's for sure.
So, I don't know. I mean, if there's any more topics, we can.
Nah.
We're good, right? You want to do a topic? What was the next feature on this well prepared for show that I helped prepare for about 3 minutes before the podcast started?
Greenlight guess or Q&A?
Let's do a Greenlight and then we'll end with Q&A. We gotta keep them interested.
Yeah. So I always explain Greenlight. This time it's your turn. Tell these fine folks what Greenlight guess is.
Right. So, right. Okay. So there's games on Steam Greenlight, and a lot of them are really bad, and a lot of them don't make any sense. So KY has compiled a list of real games on Steam Greenlight, along with a list of fake games made by members of the Vinesauce community that don't exist, and he mashed them together into one like beef stew of fake and real games, and I don't know the difference, so I have to guess if it's on Greenlight or if it's fake.
Yeah, if it was just a shitty fake description of something you might find on Greenlight that one of you guys came up with, or a real one that I pulled straight from Greenlight itself. We do need more, since this is what we did last time we did the Livecast. We did Greenlight Guess Live. Use hashtag Greenlight Guess on Twitter. Use a pace bin to exceed the 140 character limit, or it becomes too easy. Come up with the shittiest, stupid, broken English, or just absolutely ridiculous sounding game, or something that could possibly be real, but is just so fucking inane that it couldn't be real, right? Come up with some fake ones, some fake descriptions. Throw them on Greenlight Guess right now. You have a little bit of time because I got some to start with, but then after that I'm going to be pulling straight from Twitter, so you too can influence the show. Are you ready to start?
Yes, Grandmaster KY, I am ready.
Okay. You are a new student enrolling in the School of Love, a Higao Academy. But after a hectic first day, you find yourself forced into the LP club with 4 of the hottest boys in the school. But which one will you choose? When all 4 want to crush your puss.
Crush my puss.
Yep.
You know, why can't you say that without smiling? Why are you be so unprofessional? This is a professional podcast. How dare you?
Now, do you know what a Higao is? I'm probably not saying it right, but do you know what that is?
I guess is it a city in Japan?
No, it's a Higao is a term, you know, in hentai, because I know you watch a lot of hentai. You know how in Japanese cartoon porn, how they roll their eyes up ridiculously in pleasure during when they're making whoopee. You know that look, okay. Right? That look.
Yeah, yeah, of course I do. Sure.
That look is a Higao, I think.
Higao. Okay.
And I could be wrong too, but I think that's what it is. So a Higao Academy, real or fake?
Fake, because I don't think crushing puss could. I don't think so. No, it's fake, bro.
Final answer?
Yeah.
You are correct. That was fake. We started with a fake one from Rosello Shrimp on Twitter. That was made up. That was not actually a game on Greenlight. Could have been, though. But I agree. I think crushing puss probably wouldn't make it. But then again, anyone can submit anything to those. So.
Yeah, it almost was real. I really, for a minute, was like, this could be a thing, because I've played and seen worse games. Also, it should be known that it costs $100 to get your game on Steam Greenlight. So yeah. Just that's another extra consideration for your, for your thought.
Yeah, when you're hearing these real ones that, like, how could someone submit this? They paid $100 to put it up there.
$100.
Let's do another one. Let's see what we got. Color Theory is one of the first color-based role-playing games that feature intuitive color-mixing mechanics with a turn-based combat system. Embark on a quest to save Palette Kingdom from an invasion of colorless and lifeless beings determined to engulf the world in monochrome. Embark on a tale as the Kaleidoscope Knights, restoring life to the land. Use a variety of tools to paint, print, and put an end to your enemies.
That's so boring that it's got to be true.
Final answer?
Yeah.
That's actually fake, believe it or not, as well. Wow. That one, yeah, submitted by the Luigi guy. I included it because it sounded so like a good idea. I was like, this is actually going to fool Vinny.
It did, and it wasn't like that it was a bad idea. It just felt like a mundane, everyday Greenlight game. In fact, most of the audience was fooled as well, or a good chunk of them.
Yep.
So that's good.
Another one. In a world where time is running out, where angels are now demons and vice versa, and human emotion is no longer a valid format, there is one entity ready to put his foot down and say no. Play as a lonely, timid left foot, determined to make his mark on a world that's ever so crumbling around him. Make your way through exhilarated, magnificent, and enchanting landscapes. Move with Shu, live with Shu, breathe with Shu, be Shu.
Sounds like a Monty Python plot, like Terry Gilliam's animation come to life in a game.
Kind of is.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that's real.
Final answer?
Yeah.
That is absolutely real. That's a game called Ticket, which I will link you to. Give me a sec.
Sure.
And we'll
that
watch.
Actually sounds kind of cool.
Yeah, the trailer is excellent. Let's all watch the trailer together. Give me a moment.
The beginning of true.
You can watch it on the podcast later if you're watching my stream. Wow, that's some great MS Paint art we got there, huh?
Yep, absolutely.
All right, you know what? I'll show the footage too.
Yep, I'm watching it
because it's incredible.
It's bad.
Satan looks amazing.
I don't think. Wait, has Satan popped up in mine yet? I don't think I've seen the Satan yet.
I've skipped ahead because I was getting bored.
Yeah, it's a long trailer, I guess. I'm gonna skip ahead too. and then the announcer guy at the end. Now, you said you couldn't allow... You said you couldn't...
It's one of those announcer guys that you hire for $5.
Yep.
What is he? It's like the Top Kex guy, bro. Top Keck. It's that guy's brother. Stop.
Now, you need to watch the ending because you said they couldn't allow they couldn't allow swearing on Greenlight. Go to 310 and watch.
310?
Yep. And watch.
And share with your friends, families, pets, colleagues, enemies, gas, street dogs. I don't give a god fucking damn who. Peace, motherfuckers.
Holy shit! Magic Tweedle. I don't give a god fucking damn. He just cuts himself off. Holy
Peace,
shit.
motherfuckers. Oh my
I
god.
was just like assaulted. I was like aggressively sold this game by that dude.
It's
That's
excellent.
the greatest thing ever. Holy shit.
Has it been approved on Greenlight yet? No, it has not. So you guys know what to do. The game's called Ticket for some reason.
You gotta fucking vote for this game, motherfuckers.
Some of them even have...
Look at the release day is 47/7/16.
which I guess it's coming out at the end of August because of that. There's an official OST that you can buy as well. So, you know, I can play this song as the new opening theme.
I can't hear it, but I'll assume it's amazing.
Oh god, it's bad. I can't even continue to listen. It's just a mess. Okay, let's do some more Greenlight. Once again, start submitting your fake Greenlight games because I'm going to be pulling them from the live tweets. Hashtag Greenlight Guess. That's how I find it. One word. Greenlight Guess.
I don't give a
god fucking damn who. It's just so out of line with everything prior to it, you know?
Yeah.
Every time you thought you would grasp the trailer, they introduced a new element to just push it. It's great. Okay, another one.
Okay.
From your bedroom, break away sensor blocks on your computer to reveal the anime girls trapped underneath. Use a super to help you out, but stay alert for the slightest signs of movement in the room. Someone's just around the corner waiting to bust you. If Dad catches you looking at anime girls on the computer, it's all over.
Yes. That's real.
Final answer.
God, these fucking Greenlight games are weird, and I can't know for sure. I'm gonna say it's real.
That game is real. It is called Busted, which I will link
I'm
you
sad
to.
that I got that right.
I know, me too. It's a sad day. And I'll briefly show a little bit of the trailer. Not too much, but let's check it out. Busted. Oh god.
Oh
The
my
anime
God,
girls
Dad.
have been censored from your bedroom. Reveal the girls by breaking the blocks.
This is just so fucking weird.
And then the fucking dad sprite, or the dad
The
art.
dad right is pretty much the dad from the fucking meme. It's the son I am disappoint.
Not really. Well, is it? Shit, I don't know.
No, you're right. It's not. It's a different. Just the eyes. Those eyes are very similar to disappoint dad. But
I
it's
like.
different.
Where is it? Go to 8 seconds in. It says use your supers to help you. That's the most generic name for a power up. What the fuck is a super? Like a singular noun, a super.
There's a part in the trailer where the bosom just like expands. Like it just go to 40 seconds in and just watch what happens to the bosom.
It like wiggles kind of.
Why does it do that? It's like when you shake the controller in Metal Gear Solid 4 when talking to Rose.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm sad that that's real.
Can you make it through 5 increasingly difficult days? You know, that's some deep lore. like each day the dad is getting more and more concerned. Starts to pop in from unexpected places because he just knows and he hasn't caught you. He just knows.
Like Majora's Mask.
Yeah.
You know, it's like the moon is about to crash, while in this case the dad is about to explode.
All right, let's do another one. You ready?
Sure.
Burrito glitch. Enter the cyber zone. Enter the cyber zone. Eat as many burritos as you can before you explode or before the guards catch you. Whichever one happens first. It's whatever happens first.
Good delivery on that, KY. That was like so.
I just love the way it repeats itself.
So dead inside. It's whatever happens first. What a horrible tagline for a game that is. It's like the person making it didn't give a shit about their own creation. So I'm going to say that's fake.
You know, this is interesting. Your chat is convinced fake. My chat's mostly convinced real. So
yeah,
they're at odds. That one, final answer?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, that one's fake. Burrito glitch was conceived by @AmbassadorAwful on Twitter.
Good job, Ambassador. That's a good tagline.
Yeah, eat as many burritos as you can before you explode or before the guards catch you, whichever one happens first. And then in a separate sentence, it's whatever happens first. He had to reiterate. It's so mundane, but so doofy the way it's delivered. Okay, continue submitting your paste bins, guys, to hashtag Greenlight Guess. Let's do another one.
Okay.
Find out if you are a pure Spartan. Protect those close to you with your muscles and wit. Rule the world with taxes and brutality. Defeat those damn Persians. Do you have what it takes to be a Spartan? Are you ready to rape, pillage, and govern a society?
Dear God. It's like there's so many no things in there that just should not happen on Steam. So I'm going to say it's real.
Final answer?
No, it's fake, dude. I'm going to say it's fake.
Final answer?
The final answer is it's fake, yeah.
Okay. That one is fake. That was submitted by Aldude3 on the Twitter.
Okay.
So yeah, there you go.
There's just a lot of things in there that you don't expect on Steam, and I couldn't see it.
Yeah. But that's why it's not on Steam.
The Spartans were space marines from Halo.
Then they have to govern a society.
And they went back in time to kill the Persians.
All right, let's do another one. Experience the life of a socially awkward shut-in. Even menial tasks like going to the grocery store, paying the bills, or visiting the doctor can prove to be Herculean challenges. Scammers, beggars, and delinquents lurk around every corner waiting for unsuspecting targets. That not being enough, it seems like every citizen's out to get you. Explore and choose your own path in order to survive a week in the shoes of an unemployed introvert just trying to get by. Make friends and enemies in this twisted modern-day RPG where everyday activities seem like a nightmare for you to deal with. Be careful what you do or say, for it is the protagonist who often ends up in trouble.
What the fuck? Okay, first of all, 80% of the people that would play that are that. Maybe. So I'm just wondering, why would they make a game of real life for many gamers? Like, I don't understand why that would even be a thing. So yeah, I'm gonna say it's fake.
Final answer?
Yeah, I don't think that's real.
That one is real, believe it or not. That's the first one you've gotten incorrect. Shit. Yeah, it's called Introvert Quest, which I kind of take offense to, you know, because it's not a bad thing to be introvert. Yeah. Yeah,
dude, I'm totally okay with. I'm an introvert with extroverted tendencies, but at the same time, I like being an introvert. It's made in RPG Maker.
Yeah, it's made by 4 people saying that they want to revive the classic RPG genre with new twists.
Well, but there's like thousands of people making RPGs every day. So I mean, everyone's attempting to revive this genre. No offense, team that's making this.
And there's like a king for some reason. Then he's walking down the middle of the street with cars behind him. Like there's something wrong with this guy, besides being an introvert.
I like the king. It's like the Burger King.
Yeah.
He was talking to a horse earlier in the trailer.
Oh my god, and there's baby people. There's about halfway through the trailer, baby people
I see them.
assault him on a train.
Yeah, why are they babies?
What? Bro, wait up. Oh my god.
We're now at exact the same spot in the trailer.
Not a problem. Could I borrow some cash to buy some myself? What is this introvert doing in these alleys and shit? You think he would just go to the store, get what he needs, and go home?
Gotta be honest. Faint. Bro.
Bro. And then he just faints.
I have to be honest, dude. You know, this is trying to be like an interesting, maybe a realistic approach on being introverted.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think I've ever seen a gang of baby people call me bro and try to take my wallet. So, I mean,
it's baby
that's just
people.
Me.
When you're, you know, on the train going to the ferry, just baby people emerge from the next cart over. Or, you know, car. All right.
Don't be so rude.
Bro. All right, let's do another one.
All right, bro.
Your name, John Minion.
Oh, come on. That's fake.
Wait. I could have anticipated this, okay? Your goal. Infiltrate the legendary Awesome Memes Enterprise to destroy the Federation's ultimate weapon. Combining the gameplay of Hideo Kojima's Metal Gear Solid and the storytelling of DreamWorks' Shrek, P-Buddy's integral minion posse aims to bridge the gap between film and games. Real or fake?
No, it's not real. It can't be real.
Final
you know
answer.
what? It could be real. It could be real. That's the scary thing. Oh god, I just laughed so hard I dropped something. No, it could be real because people like they will make these overly insane, self-aware, mimetic games, and you know, YouTubers like myself will fucking stream them. So yeah, it could be real, but I'm gonna say that one in particular is fake.
Final answer?
Yeah.
That one is fake. That one was submitted by Bass Droppin' Jeff on Twitter. That one was indeed fake. So thank goodness. By the way, in case it wasn't clear, because we had this issue last livecast, when you're submitting your things, don't pull from real ones. I had that happen once or twice where someone pulled a real description, put it on there, thinking that they were contributing, but yeah, fake ones only. Okay. Yeah, someone in my chat tried to tell me it is real, that they just pulled it. So, but I don't think it is. Okay.
Yeah, maybe.
You ready for the next one?
Sure. John Minion.
John Minion. Can you dance your way into the stars? In this RPG of beats and skills, a group of young dancers band together to work their dance powers in a dystopian world where music has been banned. Samba, tango, and cha-cha your way through 6 lost worlds of pulsing music and discover the true power of dance.
I wouldn't play it, but it sounds real.
It's a hard one.
Yeah.
It could very easily go either way, I would say.
Yeah, it could go either way. I'm gonna still say real.
Final answer?
Yeah.
That one is fake. That one was submitted.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a good one. He was submitted by Hootie.
Oh shit, Hootie.
Hootie got you.
Hootie.
Gotcha.
You know what though? He did it just well enough to make it sound like a shitty, mundane concept. So that was that's skillful, my friend. He didn't go for John Minion, Space Marine. He went for the long con.
Yeah. Yeah, very effective.
Good shit.
Take
Good
notes.
Shit,
Okay.
Don't take notes. No. Don't. I want to get them right.
Pilot a death mech and fight for control of San Fangles. Fight other death mechs for the title of Robo Lord. Will you stand among your powered armored peers, or will you be scrap under their Robo shoes? Only in Robo Lord.
Robo Lord. Wait a minute. Can you repeat the name of the town or the Dominion or whatever the fuck that was?
The city that Robo Lord takes place in is called San Fangles, which I just love.
SANDFANGLES?
No, it's like San Francisco, but instead of Frisco, it's Fangles. San, space, Fangles. which is, of course, translates to without Fangles.
Right.
So,
based on the name alone, I'm gonna say that it's false, because that Fangles, really, for a mech game, you would expect like Sand Doom or Sand Damn Diango. Never mind. You know what? It's real. It's real.
final answer?
Final answer is it's real.
That one is fake. That one was submitted.
Oh, really?
Yeah, by Adamant Archville on Twitter.
Oh, Adamant.
Yeah, they're getting you. They're learning. They are taking notes. Sand Fangles.
Sand
Wherever that
Fangles.
came from, that was a moment of inspiration for you, Adamant. That was just perfect.
Yeah. Some very inspired pieces today.
Yep. Let's do another one. Cruising along. You are the meme buster, and you hate Trump. You ready?
Now I went from laughing at Fangles, and now I'm laughing at this. It's like been a continuous laugh. Oh, what are you doing to me?
You are the meme buster, and you hate Trump. You kill the memes that are annoying and kill do strop Trump. You are the hero.
The hero?
Yes.
Is there more?
Nope, that's the whole description of
No,
that
it's
one.
fake. It's fake.
How do you know?
Fake.
Final answer?
Yeah.
That one's fake. Yep. That one was
Thank
submitted.
God.
But I do want to point out I did have some short real ones too. So before someone bitches at me about that whole short long thing, it can go either way. But yeah, that was fake. That was submitted by DJ Oni on Twitter.
Okay. Are you related to the other Oni? If so,
No, it's
know,
spelled different.
make me
Spelled
make me a
different.
cartoon, bro.
ONI.
Okay. Okay.
That's pretty good. I like do strop Trump. I can't even say that. It's like he just mashed on his keyboard as quickly as he could while he wrote that.
Strop. And he was like, oh, no, good enough. Got it. Got what I need.
All right. Next one. Too much poop. You live in a world that is polluted by human waste. Try to make it to Clean City in this side-scroller adventure.
Clean City.
With capital C's. It says Clean City, like that's the name. Not as creative as San Frangles, or whatever it was. But
okay, well, you need to strop right now. I'm going to say that that's real.
final answer?
Sure.
That one is fake. That was submitted by Golden Days Elf on Twitter. Too much poop.
Shit. You guys are really fucking nailing me to a wall here. I gotta say though, that could have been there's a game called Spermination
Oh yeah.
that's sitting in my library right now. And
Dude.
the concept is just as bizarre as that, if not more bizarre. So
I think
it's hard to guess.
I think Spermination was on Greenlight Guests. I think that's how you heard about it in the first place, right?
I don't remember, but
I'm pretty sure it was.
Almost a definite that you're correct, yeah.
Yeah, it was one of the real ones, and then it, actually made it to Steam, and now it's in your library. How crazy is that?
Someone bought it for me.
Yeah, soon you too.
Just to show you how important our segment is in getting these games approved.
Yeah, soon you too could be playing Ticket as a left foot. And you could tell every fucking damn person about it. All right.
Hey, maybe not just Ticket, but maybe some of these fake concepts will eventually become real concepts.
Probably. Corn Online is a 2D competitive multiplayer shooter with unique pixels and vegetables aesthetic. Each player fires a bullet pattern automatically from their vegetable while trying to dodge other players' bullets. Bullets are one hit, one kill, and rounds tend to be very short. You can choose a different vegetable every round to get different bullet patterns. The vegetables with the most powerful bullet patterns are also the slowest moving ones.
But why male models? I mean, why vegetables?
Pixels and vegetables aesthetic.
I like the unique pixels. I think that's real because it actually sounds thought out, but not only thawed out because vegetables. It sounds real, and it sounds like something I would probably even play. So I'm gonna say real.
You think Corn Online is real? All right.
I think so.
Final answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's real. Corn Online was pulled from Steam Greenlight. Maybe they got embarrassed when, you know, its ugly face reared itself to the world and people shamed it, but I got a cache of it, so let me link you. And we'll watch the trailer. If the trailer's functional, they're usually not on these cache pages. Oh, it is functional.
It works. Did you hear the intro? Corn Online. Let's watch it.
Corn Online is a competitive multiplayer shooter. You and your friends can download.
There's someone in the
Corn Online now and experience it for
Caesar Arse Lord.
vegetable has its own movement and firing pattern.
Brawley.
Destroy 10 enemy vegetables first to be declared to be chosen.
The voice acting.
Corn Online is greenlit.
Because they're going for such a retro aesthetic, but the voice is just not retro, it's just robotic.
It just sounds monotone and gross.
Yeah. You know, if it wasn't for that voice, this could be marginally better.
I don't know, the game kind of looks boring as fuck.
Yep. They're all lettuces. Well, there's no Brawley's a corn. Never mind.
Yeah, Brawley's master tier vegetable.
Yeah, in this franchise, the corn is like the Mario because he's in the title. And the lettuce is the Luigi.
That's a very weird analogy that you just did there, KY.
Because he's in the title, so he's like clearly the main vegetable.
Dude, you gotta skip to fucking 125.
Wait, did it say Hail Hitler? Did I hear that?
Where?
Hang on. No, hang on. Let me scrub this. I gotta find it. At 1:15, turn up your volume and play. Wait, no, not 1:15. 1:10.
Danger.
Oh no, he says danger. I heard Hail Hitler, and I was like, holy shit.
Dude, you gotta go to 124.
Oh no, it's at 120. It's at 120. He says Hail Hitler.
Oh, he does? Let me see.
Yeah, go to 1:15, play it to 120.
It does sound like he's...
Yep.
He's saying failure, but it sounds like he's saying Hail Hitler a little bit.
Yep.
Okay, so the corn face, again, that face is just E.T. from the Atari.
It is. You're right.
Here,
Oh
let me pull up that picture so I can do a comparison.
That's...
Yeah, they just ripped the pixels.
You know, if I'm going to give this game credit for anything, it actually gets retro kind of right. It's not just like hyper detailed pixel art. It's actually kind of looks like an Atari game. Like it
does.
You know.
Yeah, I can't deny it that it did retro well, but I mean,
I guess
I'm now overlaying the corn, the ET on the corn, like this is some kind of fucking science experiment in school.
Here, could you link me?
You want me to link you to ET?
Yeah, link me up.
But before I do that, come to my stream. Look at the image. I managed to line them up almost perfectly.
Here. Oh, I could just do that. I'll just full screen your stream and play that. Right monitor. Here we go. I'm waiting for it. I'm still see the 2 on the Vine logo.
KY, it's going to be amazing. You're going to love it.
I am.
I'm morphing them together.
Oh my god, I'm not seeing it. Is this just mine or yours? No, this is yours. Come on. Life will be...
I love it. This is my favorite thing I've ever done on stream.
No, it's not. It's not showing on my end. I just see the logo. What the fuck?
That's weird.
Huh. Oh, there we go.
Right, no
there
worries.
we go. There we go. It's gone.
You got it?
Yeah, I had to refresh it. Wow, it is perfect. Holy shit.
Conspiracy confirmed. Conspiracy confirmed.
Oh my god. I can't believe that.
Anyway, what's next, KY? We get stuck on Corn Online for quite a while.
Yeah.
And our audio listeners are going to have no frame of reference, but it's okay.
That's okay. They can watch the YouTube video. Next one. Shiba Quest. Such adventure, much fun. Play as a cat in a dog's body as you wreak havoc across your poor owner's house and try to escape. But your owner has hired a professional dog sitter, and they'll do anything to keep you in and under control.
mean, it sounds real.
Harvey. Come here.
Harvey? Oh, right. You have a cat named Harvey. I was like, is there a dude named Harvey just watching you do the podcast? I'm gonna say that's real. Yeah,
Final
that's
answer?
real.
Final answer.
Yeah.
That is fake. That one was submitted by Rosello Shrimp again on Twitter.
Oh, Rosello is killing it with the fake.
Well, yeah. Yep. All right, let's do another one.
Okay.
Okay.
Danger. Hail Hitler.
Viking RPG is an adventure game with a great storyline. We are a Viking who, with a group of friends, went to conquer village. Unfortunately, they win. Vikings lost. The main character disguises himself as knight and got caught. The sorceress is runned out. Last friend is the witch, and she works in the enemy village. During the game, we have a fantastic adventure with the RPG elements, but how end this story?
How end? We have a fantastic time. I never heard a game promoted or sold as we have a fantastic time. Yeah, I'm gonna say that that's fake.
Final answer?
Yeah, but I mean, just for the record, that's a really real sounding fake, because I can see people that maybe like aren't native English speakers saying shit like that.
It's real. I just linked you. It's called Viking RPG.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought someone was going for the long con with that one.
It was good because
it's real.
It's pretty broken, but like it's enough that it's like almost fake broken English.
Hey, during the trailer, there's a line of dialogue, like there's a caption that says "a big fabular game."
Really?
What does fabular mean?
Isn't that big fabular game? Maybe that's the name of the studio. I think fabular is Spanish though, isn't it?
Well, that would explain it. I don't know. The game kind of looks. Let's just say I've played games like this on a few Sundays.
It could look worse. It doesn't look good by any stretch of the word, but it could look worse.
No, it could look worse. Yeah, that's a good review. But there is like at 22 seconds in, there's a hallway that looks like.
Yeah, with the cones sticking out or whatever.
80s. It looks like a late 80s computer graphics tech demo, but the rest of it is not so bad. It's just, yeah. So there you go.
I'd play that. Yeah, that hallway looks awful, especially with the fucking cone sticking out.
Big Fabular Studios from San Fangles.
Could you imagine? It's like you're in this like this catacombs with traps and shit everywhere, and then you see a spiked wall, and the spikes look like that. Like they couldn't possibly pierce you just because they're way too fat.
Right. I wouldn't be afraid. Indiana Jones would have no problem with that cavern. Nope.
All right, let's do another one. Fabular. Let's do another Fabular game.
Mm-hmm.
Someone is trying to murder Jesus. Disguised as Caesar, with the Roman Empire by his side, an evil imposter from the future has set hundreds of deadly traps.
I'm gonna say... You sounded like Yako for a minute with your exasperation. It's like, oh, Super Metroid.
From the future.
I'm gonna say that is fake.
Final answer?
That sounds fake to me.
This one is real, unfortunately.
No shit!
The game is called Save Jesus. Very appropriate name, considering it's the whole goal is to save Jesus. Not only that, but it's beyond Greenlight. It is available for purchase right now at 20% off. You can buy it.
What the fuck?
Yep, Save Jesus.
Yeah, I'm showing the trailer now. Also, there's a cool thing to look out for, a little Easter egg. When they're showing the title screen, you know, at the beginning of the trailer, the mouse is in the bottom right corner, so they captured it while leaving the mouse on the screen. So just
yeah.
a little Easter egg.
Someone is trying to murder Jesus.
That is an amazing intro line to a trailer.
Someone's trying to murder Jesus. I don't get this fucking story. It's Caesar, but it's an evil imposter from the future. I guess they're two separate people, because you can see he's floating alongside Caesar at 25 seconds in. It's this future guy, a little like Dr. Wawi, just floating next to Caesar. Yeah. An imposter. We don't know who he is. He's just an imposter. Don't know who he's posing as. Just some future guy trying to kill Jesus.
It is terrible, is what it is. But I'll tell you what, I'm actually kind of upset. There's an implication here that Jesus can't defend himself, and that's annoying. Because I mean, he's the son of God. He's got all kinds of powers. He could use his supers to get out of here. Use his super.
It's very very sacrilegious trailer, and I do not approve. Simply put,
dude. Listen to this. At 1:11, the narrator says, "Holy cow balls."
Really? Oh shit! I already closed it. Missed it.
But the delivery of the line is amazing. Give me a sec. Let me...
Holy cow balls.
The narrator stumbles over his word. Because holy cow balls.
Okay, what's the timestamp? I gotta hear it for myself.
1:11. You gotta check this out. It's amazing.
Holy cow balls.
Cow balls.
like he fucked up the take and they just left it in.
Yep.
They're just like, nah, don't worry about it. Leave it.
I think they did it on purpose. It was a quirky delivery.
Yeah, I'm sure it was left in on purpose. I mean, I'm sure the mouse was left in on purpose too.
Yeah, that I'm sure.
Hey, it's called Save Jesus. You know what? The gameplay doesn't look terrible though. I'd like something. It looks like it could be a fun little puzzle game.
Could be. So. All right, next one. Porno Studio Tycoon. That's it. That's it. That's the whole thing. It. Yep.
I'm gonna say that Porno Studio Tycoon is. Oh, you motherfucker! I'm gonna say it is. How could they do that on Steam though? They can't do that on Steam. I say it's fake.
Final
it's
answer.
Fake because can you do porn on Steam? I don't know. It's fake.
Oh, my friend, can you do porn on Steam? You ask me. Let me link you to something, my friend. Porno Studio Tycoon is a real game that has been greenlit by the community. Not yet released, but it is real. I don't know. I guess I could show this. There's presumably no actual nudity in the trailer. Oh my god, the Comic Sans is real.
I'm gonna show some of it. Third Tit Studio Filmography. That's the name of the studio. Third Tit.
Wow, that map of the world. Oh man.
Oh my god. True economics. Well, the music is appropriately pornish.
Yeah.
It says hand-drawn actresses. Random params every game, smiley face.
We're in the same exact spot. Sweet. I love it when it works out that way. Oh my god.
There's like an attribute chart so you can see what they're good at. I can't read it because it's too small, but I'm assuming like one of the, it's like, what's the deep throat level? 9 out of 10 deep throat skill. Gotta get her in the porno.
Oh my god. Why?
Business simulator. Places,
you can become a filmmaker. 100% business simulator. I like how they put 100% in there to like give it an air of legitimacy.
I probably shouldn't do this, but I have to show the logo for this game because it's amazing. It's just 3 tits.
It is.
First of all, why did it need to? There's no 3 O's in Tycoon. They could have done 2 tits.
Yeah.
Just plain. But now this is the tits from Total Recall. What this isn't attractive. I don't.
Or they could have made the C the left tit because they needed 3 tits because that's the name of the studio, right?
Oh, so, third tit. Good shit, KY. Good shit.
Yeah. They could have had the C as the first tit, then the 2 O's as the middle and right tits, respectively. but that's not how they formatted it because they are terrible at logo design.
Yeah, tit for tat. You say one thing, I say the other thing. Yeah,
Yep,
whatever.
tit for tat. All right, let's do another one. Oh my god. The Bittles are little creatures who look like beetles and are greedy for bitcoins. Help them solve complex puzzles around the world and collect bitcoins for a living.
Why when you read these lately have you been sounding like you're like barely a human? Like you just sound so dead on the inside every time you read one. It's, you know what? Greenlight guess will do that to you. Yes, I'm gonna say that's fake.
Final answer.
Yeah.
The Bittles, I can't say it in any other accent. The Bittles are
The Bittles.
Bittles. It's a real game. Let me link you to the Bittles.
I'm terrible at this.
The Bittles. It just looks, again, mundane, crappy. I'm sure someone's going to buy it at some point in their life.
Everyone. Today
Let
we're
me
going to
link
be
you.
testing out the game The Bittles,
I
and
got
this
it.
is a game that's pretty much like a puzzle game. It's strategy related, and the
let me
concept of the
switch
game
it.
is you're going to be getting ants into a hole and using certain arrows
I got to mute this guy, I'm sorry.
to open up the executable.
Yeah, I don't think this is actually a real gameplay trailer. I'm pretty sure it's just a dude playing it. A
But-
dude like very much like myself or you.
The thing with this game is it's like a vomited mess of textures. Like if you look at it, any given screenshot of it, even just the screenshots outside the trailer, the game is so fucking ugly. I can't even believe it.
Dude, there's Comic Sans again, and if you skip to skip to 5:30 in the video, and an advertisement is in the game.
Wait, really?
Yeah, skip to 5:30.
Okay.
And Safe Haven. Alright.
There's ads all up in this bitch.
Now, with
There's
the
ads,
advertisements, you actually
like
get
throughout this whole
bonuses
video,
every
this
now
game
and
is just vomiting ads in
my
Comic
God.
Sans.
What the fuck? Like, and the ad is, it's not even for something like marketed, or it's not even towards the right demographic. Like it's an ad for a fucking diamond ring.
Like Diamond Ring, yeah. Yeah.
Like I would be playing the Bittles on Steam because I have nothing else better to play because I have no money, and then I see an ad for a diamond ring, and I'm like,
Dude.
welp, I gotta buy me a diamond ring now.
Maybe because the Beatles, you know, there's a lyric in the Beatles song about diamond rings.
Maybe
I don't want those diamond rings. You know, they're satisfied. I don't even think that's the right line, but
No, that's the right line. Maybe
No,
you
no, no,
want
it's,
those kind of things the money just can't buy. Yeah, it's diamond rings.
Yeah.
But
okay then.
this is a game I could imagine Ringo Starr playing and just having a grand old time.
I love it.
I love it.
Please,
Peace
with
and love.
Peace and love. Please do not make more games like this. They will be tossed. Skip to 16, like 15 or so, if you don't mind.
16,
And take a-
15. Is it that long?
And look at their logo. Look at the development studio's logo. Meat Games.
Meat games.
It's just a piece of meat that drops from the sky and a bunch of flies hover around it. That's quality game
we'll be
studio.
able to do that in that section.
Meat games. Oh my god, that's so perfectly shitty. And there's so many flies. Like the
Exactly.
meat has dropped.
Meat Games.
Meat games.
All right, that's amazing.
Yeah, I'm never gonna play that game. Okay. Let's do another one. Chew on fingernails, the game.
No, stop. No, it's fake.
Yeah, it's fake. That was submitted by Super Weston 300. It was short and sweet. I was like, all right, I'll take it.
Chew on fingernails, the game. Good job.
All right, let's do another one. Lightning round. Revolutionary returns. Gordon Ramsay and Guy Fieri embark on a series of cross-country shenanigans as a way of enriching Chef Ramsay's view of American culture. Make the decision, along with the input of Guy's influence, what would be the best presentation of Purple Mountain's majesty and amber waves of grain, in the style of the legendary classic The Oregon Trail.
Let me take you to this hotel. I'm gonna put a black light on the bed. You could see the semen collage. Guy, take a look at this. God.
Yeah, that's money.
Guy,
Yeah,
get over
right
here.
here.
Guy. You need to see this. It's beautiful.
Flame it down.
It's like a mosaic. I'm gonna say that it's rustic. It's rustic. It's fake.
Yeah, that one's pretty obviously fake, I think. That one was submitted by Wa Fury on Twitter. Here's my biggest tip, Wa Fury, for the future one. And I've seen this in a lot of them. If the meme is right out of the gate, like it's within the first 5 words, then it's probably fake. I've noticed that. The meme comes out immediately if it's a fake one. You ready for another one, Vin?
Sure.
Waffle Stomp Simulator. You did it again. You pooped in the shower. How will you ever get out of this mess? Simple. Stomp it down the drain. Control your foot as you work to hide the evidence of your sad defecation by pushing it down the shower drain. Hurry to get it all down there before the hot water runs out and you freeze to death.
I want it to be real. I want it to be real so bad. Oh, that's so great. You have to stomp your shit down the drain so no one sees it. That's great.
That's a really good premise, isn't it?
I don't think it's real. It's fake. It's fake.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it's fake.
That was fake. You're right, and I do wish it was real. I really do.
Oh, that should be real.
Such a good idea for a game. It's like, what else can I do? I can only stomp it down the drain. It's the only way. It leads itself to clever gameplay mechanics, and it has great theme of, stomping shit waffles. So
I like stomping shit waffles. Sounds like a great game title anyway. So yeah, that's good. Yeah, I wish that was real.
All right, let's do another one. Who would be faster, a cookie or a carton of milk, a strip of bacon or an egg? Okay, true, you may have never considered these questions, but the good news is that you may now find out the answers, because Breaking Fast proposes frenetic races between pieces of breakfast food. Cool. Cool,
Say that's real. I'm gonna say that's real.
Final answer?
Yeah.
That is real. You're right. Let me link you. The game is called Breaking Fast, as was in the description. Let's watch a little bit of Breaking Fast.
I see. I wish I was wrong on this one, and I wish the fucking waffle stomp was real.
I know. They should be flip-flopped. They really should be.
Flip-flop these.
Yep. Someone make the stomping waffle game. We'll all play it on stream.
Looks like the milk carton from the Blur video.
Oh, this is like that game where you're on that bike and then you like hit a thing and fly through the air, except it's breakfast food.
What game? What are you talking about? Not Happy Wheels, right?
No. It's this old Flash game on Newgrounds. Oh, it's the happiest piece of fucking jam, or the happiest jar of jam I've ever seen. Yeah, this just looks tremendously shitty. No thanks.
Yep, I'm good on that.
Yeah, me too. Done. Okay, let me close some of these tabs. I have too many open. Alright, let's do another one. We're almost there.
I still have the Corn online thing open, so I can look at the Corn's face.
Space.
Like, the crazy thing is there's still 10 seconds left of that video, and I didn't watch it because I like the Corn's face so much.
Yeah. You ready for another one?
Yeah.
Alright. Space. Pure nothing, full of stuff, full of light, life, and dreams. But for some, space is not that. Basically, space is bad. Don't go there. And that is where our protagonist, Huedo Sparks, is. In space. But he didn't want to be there. He was put there by people he thought were his friends. Join him as you float through nothingness on an adventure of a lifetime in a new game, Waste of Space. Help Huedo. Will there be a future for Huedo? The choice is in your hands.
Help, Huedo? What do you mean, Huedo? Is that even... That's not a real name.
Huedo Sparks. It's his name. He's in space.
Huedo Sparks.
He didn't want
Waste
to be
of
there.
Space. He didn't. It sounds a little bit like a Call of Duty premise anyway. 2016 Call of Duty is going to be that. Shit, man. Well, listen, I like Huedo, and I wish it was real, but it's fake. I don't think that's real.
Final answer.
Yeah.
That is fake. That was submitted by John Swainstica on Twitter.
Wait,
Thank you.
So what? Never mind.
Svanstica.
Cool name.
Svanstica.
Is it Svantastica?
Svanstica. All right, let's do another.
How you spell that? SZVAN.
It's swastika with an N in the middle.
Oh.
Swanstica.
Jesus.
All right.
Okay then.
You ready?
Yeah.
Hello. Hello to you in a
Hello.
big forum, and we wish good and useful post. Hello to the group VRZ Game, VRZ Game.
What the fuck?
You want me to read that again? It's a little tough to swallow.
I didn't get anything from that.
I'll try it again.
That's the first time I've heard a sentence and was unable to process any of the information presented to me. Try again.
Hello. Hello to you in a big forum, and we wish good and useful post. Hello to the group VRZ Game, VRZ Game.
I think it's fake, but I want to just point out for a second. I think I know. The game is a forum simulation. Like on a message board. It's a shit posting message board simulator.
Is that what it's supposed to be?
Probably not. But what is it real, fake? I think it's fake.
Final answer?
Yeah.
That one is real. It's called VRZ Game, as you probably could have guessed. Let me link you.
Wait, you mean VRZ game, VRZ game?
No, it's just called VRZ Game, okay?
VRZ game.
VRZ Game. VRZ Game is in the description. It says it twice, but the title is just VRZ Game. Okay.
Let's take a look at this trailer.
Wow, that studio logo.
Yeah, it looks professional. Holy shit, it's a laptop on fire. Like fucking gladiator music playing now.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Dude, what the fuck? This actually looks pretty good. Well, I mean, like, in a big, dumb, generic zombie game way.
Yeah. No, it does. I have a feeling a lot of this was plagiarized.
I was gonna say, it looks stolen. A game doesn't look this good and barely get any recognition on Greenlight.
And what's the name?
Comes out.
The name of this video: Dawn of the Planet of the Zombies and the Giant Killer Plants on some something.
I am utterly baffled by this.
Oh my god, this trailer's long.
It's just shoot.
Shoot, no game.
There's a dude in this game called Alf Lovard.
Really?
Old. Yeah.
Wow, there's one recent announcement. It says get involved, your comments, and that's all it says.
Alright, we gotta go to the source. I gotta find out what this YouTube video is.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. Dawn of the Plants of the Zombies.
It's on Fresh Movie Trailers.
I guess they just uploaded the trailer to this for VRZ Game. Which is why the title just did not match up at all.
That's not even... This isn't even a game.
No, well, the trailer was stolen, and there might be a game. Let's just say Sea King.
Dawn of the Planet of the Zombies and the Giant Killer Plants.
At 2:05, it says the word fucking or something, but the first two letters are underscores instead. I interpret it as fucking.
sure it doesn't start with a C and a U?
Pucking.
Oh.
Lucking.
Maybe. Lucking.
Pucking.
Looking.
Pucking.
All right, so they plagiarized a thing that someone made, like a joke trailer.
Yeah.
And there's nothing else here. There's nothing else here.
There's literally nothing else.
Get involved. Your comments.
And
Okay.
someone spent $100 to do that.
Dude, there's 2 other videos here.
There are. Where are they?
Yeah.
Are they also just
On
stolen?
the page. Yeah,
Call of
this
Duty
one's
Advanced-
called Call of Duty Advanced Warfare Exo Zombies, all cutscenes.
And sure enough, that's exactly what it is. Except there's Legos in the very beginning for some reason.
And then the third trailer is the Dead Rising 3 trailer.
It is. Huh.
There's one image and it's a broken link.
It is. Yeah. Well, that could be because it's cached, which is probably why this was removed from Greenlight.
Oh.
Yeah. But it was on Greenlight at one point. It was a real thing.
Fucking weird, man.
I think that's going to cap off today's Greenlight guest, Vin.
Fine by me.
So-
It's been a long podcast too. Do you want to do a little bit of a Q&A just to wrap things up?
Yeah, I'd say, let's see, we've been going for about 2 hours, so at most we'll do 15 minutes of Q&A to cap
Sure.
off the evening. So, are there any guidelines you want to throw down about questions that get asked in chat? Like, video game related, non-video game related, does it matter? Do you care?
No questions about Harambe.
Yeah,
None.
No.
Unless you can prove that you have your dick out. I'm sorry, I've lowered the quality of this podcast by 35% by
Prove
even
it.
invoking that. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. I forgive you. Alright, let's see what we got in chat. How are you liking MGS4 so far?
I answered that at the beginning of the podcast, so when it's on YouTube or iTunes, go listen to the beginning of it. Are you a pious person? I'm not very religious,
I mean,
but I don't like to hurt people. Are you a pious person, KY?
Yeah, I like apple pie, and
Good shit.
yeah,
What other pies do you like? Do you like cheesecake? Wait, that's not.
I do like. Well,
not even a
it might
pie,
as
it's
well
in the
be a
name.
pie. What is a pie? A miserable pile of food.
A miserable pile of crust.
I mean, if I would say cheesecake could arguably be a pie, and if it is, then my favorite pie is cheesecake. Do you any updates on the Blood Bagel album, Vin?
I don't want to give away the surprise. Yeah, I'll give you a quick update. It's finished. We've finished tracking it. If you know what tracking means, great. If not, I'll just leave it mysterious. We finished tracking it. That's all I'm gonna say.
Nice. Vinny, any plan on streaming any more Castlevania games?
Yes, I would like to do one of the Game Boy Advance or DS games at some point in the future. Definitely.
Yeah, I would do Dawn of Sorrow, I think is my favorite. Well, no, Order of Ecclesia. Have you played that one?
Ooh, yeah, that one and Dawn of Sorrow are my 2 favorites.
Yeah, same, dude. Same.
You know, on the handhelds.
Although Circle of the Moon, I haven't played since high school.
Good game. It's
Yeah.
a good game.
Let's see what we got here. How about nope. What do you think of Death Stranding? I guess we talked about that last podcast, didn't we?
We did. It's vivid in my mind. I remember it more than I remember the other trailers, but it's still utterly confusing. How about you? Same thing?
Pretty much. There's just so little we actually know. So I almost have nothing to say, but the Kojima boner in me is very excited. Do you have any thoughts on Suicide Squad, Vinny?
I guess these questions could apply to both me and you. In all honesty, even if they're like Vinny, Vinny, Vici. So, I would say, my opinion is as follows. I thought the movie, as soon as they showed the Joker with the tattoos on his head, like the tattoo that said like laugh. The other one was like ha ha
ha ha ha ha and damaged. Did you know I'm damaged? I need it on my forehead so everyone knows I'm damaged. Yep.
So I did not have high hopes for it, and finding out that it got bad reviews isn't shocking. But what's shocking to me is that people are trying to shut down Rotten Tomatoes over the bad reviews, even though the company that owns Rotten Tomatoes put out the goddamn movie in the first place.
Oh, man. KY, how would you compare Lisa to Undertale? Other than the fact that they're RPGs, and other than the fact that some people compare them to Earthbound, they're totally, totally different. So I really wouldn't compare them. Have you heard about the new spiritual successor to Shadow of the Colossus? Are you talking about The Last Guardian? I don't know if new is the right word for that, but I'm looking forward to it.
New as of 8 years ago.
Yeah. Or you were talking about that Prey game. What's it called? Pray to the Gods or something? Have you heard of that? It's not really a spiritual successor. It's kind of like a weird Kickstarter indie thing, but similar to Shadow. Any thoughts on Kojima tweeting about spaghetti?
I retweeted it. That's my thoughts.
I haven't seen this one.
Good.
I gotta go to Twitter and check it out.
Exceptional.
While you field a question, I'm gonna be looking this up.
Okay. Favorite game of all time is Chrono Trigger. If I could meet one celebrity, who would it be? It's a good question. Probably Damon Albarn from Blur and Gorillaz. I think Damon would be. He seems like I don't want to say unapproachable. He seems like a dude that's very locked up in his own stuff. But he's a hero of mine.
Are you looking forward to Quake Champions?
Yeah, even the changes that are being made, like where you could choose like heroes. It kind of comes down to it reminds me a little bit of like TF2 Overwatch, like what they're trying to do with the champions have different stats and abilities, and maybe that'll make it fun. Maybe it'll take a lot away from it. As long as I can turn that off and just play Quake, I'll be happy. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Dude, they did a bang-up job with Wolfenstein and Doom. So if the same team or a similar team is approaching Quake, then I'm excited.
Yep, I agree. Vinny, when will you play Super Paper Mario?
I have it. Didn't you stream it and then stop streaming it, KY?
Yep, Chapter 4. I got bored. It's a good game though. It is.
How much gameplay did you make it through? How long were you playing it?
It wasn't long. Probably 3-4 hours at most. It's not a super long game. Maybe let's check out how long to beat. You ready? How long to beat Super Paper Mario? We're sitting at main story 18 hours. It's about right. It's not super long, not exactly short either though, but I'd recommend it. I think you'd enjoy it well enough. Pretty decent. Not as good as Thousand Year Door, but like very few things are. So.
Can you repeat how long it took to beat again?
18 hours on howlongtobeat.com.
18. Okay. Sorry, I was turning off notifications on my Discord.
Fine.
18. Well, that's pretty much right in the range of length for a video game that I really like. I'll probably give it a shot. Yeah, I'm trust me guys, I'm down to clown with Super Paper Mario. That sounds it's a game I've been wanting to try for a long time, but it was never on sale. Like I remember when the game first came out, I waited like a few years and it was like $50 at the store.
Nintendo games on sale.
Yeah. Then it became a classic title and it got like $20 price tag. So it could happen.
Speaking of classic Wii games, did you ever play Little King's Story?
No, but I know all about it, and I know you recommended it highly.
Yep.
And it looks cool as fuck.
Yeah, if you like Pikmin, which I know you do, you should definitely play Little King's Story at some point. Just came out on PC. It was a Wii game prior, but just got an HD port to PC, so I recommend it.
Cool.
Let's see. Do you guys think Metal Gear Rising is worth playing? You have not played it yet, right? So.
No, I have it on the 360, which I might want to do the PS3 version instead.
My answer is yes. I think it's worth playing. It's such a different game. It's pretty much a totally different game, just skinned with Metal Gear characters, you know. So.
Well, it's platinum.
Yeah.
They're amazing.
Right. Exactly. Let's see. Will you play Xenoblade Chronicles, Vinny?
No.
Okay.
Is it the 3DS one?
If you're gonna play any of them, I'd recommend the Wii one, but there is one on new 3DS.
I consider the new 3DS one because it will be a good way for me to, like I could play it on commutes, on the train, in the studio when we're mixing. But the thing about that is, the new Monster Hunter came out, and I put like 5 hours into it, and I just realized I am not in the works for like a long, endless game. And like I said, the previous Monster Hunter like wore me down, and it's still fresh in my mind. So a game that long, probably not.
Yeah, it's pretty long. It's like at least 60, 70 hours. So I don't think you'd get into it too much. I think if you started it, you would see through a significant chunk of it. But knowing how long it is, I don't see you starting it. Looking forward to Breath of the Wild. I am. I know we talked about it at length last podcast, but are you still looking forward to it?
Super.
Yeah, man.
Use your supers.
Use your super to get through, to break the sensor so you can see the anime girls. But don't let Dad catch you. Am I a cheese?
I have a question for you.
Oh, sure. Go for it.
After that question, you start.
So, KY, are you a cheese elitist like Vinny? No. I like almost all kinds of cheese. So, no.
Do you like Kraft singles?
Yes.
Now, do you like Kraft singles better than, like, say, cheddar you can get?
Oh,
or
no.
American cheese you can get at a
No.
deli?
Definitely not.
So then you're a cheese elitist.
Is that all it takes?
That's all I said.
That's all it takes?
Yeah, because I was saying I'll eat a Kraft single, but I'd much rather have, like, an actual, like, American cheese from Boar's Head or whatever.
Or, like, some provolone or some Swiss.
Congratulations, you're a cheese elitist.
Fuck me. Here's a good question. Since this has developed since the last episode, do you have any thoughts on the NX leaks and rumors with like the detachable controllers and base station and all that nonsense? Do you have any feelings about that?
Okay, I really like the idea that portable Nintendo and home Nintendo can become one. Which means I can play my games with me, take them with me where I go, because I'm in the studio a lot. I have downtime while Mike is recording drums, or I'll be traveling, to the city, or it's just or I can go into my backyard and play the games. So there's a lot of good things about that, but I'm worried about what it's going to entail, and I'm worried about how big the thing is going to be.
Right.
The Wii U has a cool controller. I like it. It's not very portable.
Right, exactly.
So I'm wondering, how big is this controller going to be? What size are we thinking of? And if the controllers detach, how's that going to work? There's still way too many questions. However, the idea interests me, and it does not turn me off completely.
Maybe Bob Nintendo in chat can tell us about the NX. He can leak it to us. You can hear it here first. Bob, tell us.
My question for you, KY, is: have you played GTA 5 recently at all?
No, I don't even own it. I rented it on PS3 when it first came out and streamed it, and that was it. I don't even have it. But why do you ask?
Oh, because there's a lot of me and Rockstar. They're kind of my butt buddies now. No, I'm kidding. Wait, they had a pretty cool thing though. I did go and play some game modes at Rockstar. I was really curious what you thought of the new game modes, like the cunning stunts.
They look cool. I have
stunning
looked
cunts.
into them a little bit, and it looks pretty neat. But I just don't own it. If I owned it, I would try it out. But it's not something that compels me to buy it anytime soon. So,
Well, there was a thing in the news today that said their GTA 5 is still going strong, but that they have new projects in the works, and that there will be an announcement soon. That was just today that news was released, and I was wondering what would be your preferable next project from Rockstar. Do you want Manhunt? Do you want a Bully sequel, or do you want a Red Dead sequel?
where's the
What would you most like to see, or maybe the Warriors?
You know what? Of those choices, I want a Bully sequel.
I
Personally,
knew you were going to say that.
I know most people would choose Red Dead 2, and I would love a Red Dead 2 as well. But I don't remember Red Dead as fondly as I remember Bully. I would choose Bully 2. I would love, bear with me, I would love Rockstar's take on John Carpenter's The Thing, which was of course, the movie, but there was a PS2 game based on The Thing that was apparently really good. Like the party members of yours per game were randomly, The Thing or not, so you would never know who you could trust or not. Apparently it was great. I would love Rockstar to take the helm on a reboot of The Thing.
That sounds like a great idea, actually.
Yeah, I want it. Give it to me.
Yeah, I love that idea, dude. And The Thing is one of my favorite movies from the 80s.
Yeah, me too.
Subsequently, one of my favorite movies of all time.
Absolutely. I agree 100%. Have you been watching this Stranger Things thing that everyone's been talking about?
I am up to like episode 6.
Do you like it?
I do. I'm enjoying it. It's got a good tone. It feels a little bit X-Filesy.
Yeah.
It kind of also feels like the Goonies, or like not the Goonies so much as like Stand By Me a little bit. And it also has great music, and I just think it's a lot of fun to watch. I like it. Yeah. Did you like it?
Yeah, I do. I think it started stronger than the back half of the season. Like it's
So
gotten
awkward.
more and more to focus on, bullshit character drama, between the kids and between the girl and her ex-boyfriend and all this nonsense. And I just it seems like fluff to me. But for the most part, I do enjoy it. Especially the first couple episodes were stellar. And then as it's gone on, it's like, yeah, I still enjoy this. It's just not, it's kind of lost momentum a little bit, but it's good.
It's not the second coming, but it is cool. And I think one of the reasons it's had such intense reaction, like people have been talking about it, is the 80s, the nostalgia for the 80s. They really did nail the setting.
They did. They really did. It was 80s done right, It
was,
wasn't all like neon and like shitty cartoon TV and like all this like other 80s throwback stuff. It was set in the 80s without beating you over the head with it.
Exactly.
So it was great.
So it's a good show. I like it. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I like it a lot. All right. Any other questions before we head out? We'll take one or two more.
I'll just answer 2 quick ones real quick. First one, if the Metroid 2 thing comes out soon, I will stream it. Is the day it comes out. I think it's tomorrow. And also, someone in chat just said, I heard from other streamers on Vinesauce here that you didn't like the new Monster Hunter. Don't get me wrong. The new Monster Hunter is packed with great stuff. I think it's cool as fuck. And I think that I could easily get lost in that game. However, I can't play it on my new 3DS due to an SD card issue, because I can't switch the game from my old one to my new one, so I can't stream it and play it. What that means is I've lost a bit of my interest, and the game is just so packed with content and stuff that I feel right now I'm just not feeling like getting lost in that world. I tried. The game is awesome. I just can't do it right now.
What is your favorite Gorillaz song? Or name a few, because one is really, really hard.
Don't get lost in heaven.
It's a decent choice.
That's what's in my mind right now.
It wouldn't be my favorite. I think my favorite, the one I come back to the most, is Empire Ants. I love Empire Ants from Plastic Beach. El Manana, or Manana, or whatever it is from.
I think it's El Manana. Yeah.
Manana from Demon Days is the best on that album, I feel.
That's great.
Excellent song.
Here's one. I'm a big fan of
Sweepstakes.
Some Kind of Nature.
Yo, bueno. No,
Some Kind
of
of
Nature is
Nature.
good. Yeah.
Some Kind of Gold. And Rhinestone Eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to say Demon Days songs, I love Are We the Last Living Souls?
That's the best intro song, I think, if you're not counting the orchestral stuff. If you're counting the first like actual songs from each album, that one's the most solid intro song.
It's so dude, and the piano stuff in the middle of
I
it.
know.
It's just beautiful.
It is really beautiful. That's a great one. From The Fall, I really like Hillbilly Man. It's just such a good groove.
I like Revolving Doors from that one.
Revolving Doors. Where have I...
What have I done?
Yeah.
and also from the first album, if you want, Rehash is my favorite.
Yeah, there you go.
The first song on the album, I love that one.
The first one is the one I'm least familiar with, I'd say. I've listened to it a handful of times, and every time I'm just like, okay, that was okay. But I don't have much of a reason to listen to it compared to the others. It's like Pablo Honey.
Yeah, Pablo Honey, I like You. I like You. What other songs on there? You. Just those three.
Let's see what else we got.
Hobo Sonic keeps asking, when will Azurite Reaction join the team? It's not as easy or as clear cut as that, and we are not accepting or adding team members at the moment. GPM was pretty much a team member for a long time on Vinesauce, like from the background. He's been a part of the community for years and years and years.
Mm-hmm.
So at the moment, there are no plans to add people or new streamers, or especially not just like people. Put it this way, there have been at least 7 suggestions in the past month that seemed pretty legit, but it's not gonna happen anytime soon. So
it's funny, we have in both chats there are still people talking about a Higao Academy. Bob Nintendo is talking about how it's an NX exclusive, and Rosello in your chat is talking about developing it herself or himself.
Her.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I wasn't sure.
She's a shrimp. Yeah.
Yes.
Shrimp self.
Shrimp self. I identify as shrimp. Let's see. Favorite Mario Kart track? Do you have a favorite course from Mario Kart?
Actually, I have a few, but Rainbow Load is always my least favorite, but I secretly love them.
Which one's your favorite? Which Rainbow Load is the best load?
Desert is great. I like the N64 one because classic.
It was very classic. I think even the 64 one and 8 are the best Rainbow Roads. The SNES one is infuriating, but that game in general is infuriating. So, let's see.
I also like Calamari Desert, and I gotta say there's some of the newer maps are pretty goddamn cool, but it's hard to, you know what? There's so many maps per game that it's hard to give us specifics. But if I had to really choose, I like a lot of the beach levels too. Those are usually pretty fun. And Waluigi Stadium is what's up.
What? Huh?
Waluigi Stadium is what's up.
Oh, it's what's up? Yeah, it sure is. Yeah. Favorite SNES game? Let's see if we can guess each other's.
Well, you know mine.
Chrono Trigger.
And yours is Super Metroid.
You got it. Oh, we know each other so well. Actually, I don't know. It's it probably is Super Metroid. Yeah. Super Mario World is up there. Earthbound is up there a lot. But Super Metroid's the only one that's the only Super Nintendo game I can think of that has aged wonderfully.
It has, hasn't it?
Yeah. And I guess Chrono Trigger's aged pretty well too. It's very accessible as far as those old RPGs go.
Secret of Mana has aged really well too.
Oh, here's a question from me to you. Secret of Evermore, how well is that one aged? Because I was thinking about checking it out sometime soon.
Not as well as Secret of Mana. However, I did stream Evermore and finish it for the very first time in my life, like 4 years ago. And I enjoyed it. I enjoyed streaming it quite a bit. Cool. It's a good game. It's a little obtuse here and there, and some of the gameplay is a little glitchy here and there, but it doesn't detract from the overall experience. The music is great, and it's fun.
I remember.
Chuggler. Yes.
What?
I think I named my dog Guz Chuggler.
Guz Chuggler.
And Rake me in your chat just referenced it. Perfect.
I remember being a bab, must have been about 5 or 6, and the Secret of Evermore box art scared me. So I didn't like playing. I saw the box art and I just never rented it or anything because it actually scared me, like the giant creature on the front. Yeah.
Oh, that thing was cool. Yeah.
Is it? Yeah. No, it scared me when I was a kid. I was a wuss. All right. I think that's about all the time we have. Guys, if you like the podcast...
I got 2 more.
Ah. Okay, go
I'm
ahead.
sorry, but this is important because it's podcast related. Will I ever stream Winback? Maybe. It's a good game. 2, here's the important one. Someone says, is this the first time you've done this podcast, or did I just somehow miss every stream of this? Well, this is the 3rd live stream of this podcast we've ever done. It's the first time I've ever streamed this podcast on my channel, and this is the 20th episode of 2 on the Vine. So, KY, where can they listen to 2 on the Vine?
Oh, you can listen to it on YouTube. You can listen to it on iTunes if you have the podcast app, or whatever podcast app you have. Just search 2 on the Vine. And RSS feed as well. There's a Twitter at 2 on the Vine. That is the number 2 on the Vine. YouTube channel is Live by FOMA 1. You'll find it there, or just search YouTube 2 on the Vine. There's 20 whole goddamn episodes that you can fill your ears with, your ear cavities. So if you've never listened, if this is your first time, we try to do this. We tend to hit it maybe once a month. We try to do it a little bit more often, but we get them out there. So definitely, listen, go back, download. If you're feeling extra saucy, leave a review or a rating on iTunes. Really helps us out. But yeah, that's about it. Did you have anything you wanted to add, or should we head out?
I just wanted to thank everyone for joining us for the live stream. Thank you for those who have supported the podcast. Thank you for your patience on the delay of episodes. I know people would preferably like to hear these happen more often than they do, but schedules can be difficult to align. And me personally, I have a difficult time staying alive, and that's something I need to work on for future podcast. Alive for the podcasts.
Sorry, that was not an appropriate thing to laugh at, but your body, it sounded like you were yanked away by something. Like you were it was just a hue, and you roboted out, and it just faded. It was awesome. Anyway, go on.
It's better than anything I had to say. So we appreciate 20 episodes of 2 on the Vine, and there's been a very loyal fan base for this podcast, and it's a lot of fun to do. So you guys are great. Thank you for listening, and I hope to see you guys again soon on the stream and on the podcast. So that's about it. 2 on the Vine, sons.
Yep. See you guys next time.
Later.